Okay, so Kregure, I think I'm saying that right. Kregure. We are watching his gameplay. Truth flag. Break this down. Go car 1. Crossing the map. I don't know if you just got a call out that camo was still up. Maybe that's the case or not. I'm very surprised that camo was still there. So I feel like that guy at car should have been shooting you in the back the entire time and like easily killed you. But you come back to flag. Try to take care of this guy. Definitely. Oh, there's a guy behind you. Like, I feel like most of this is, like, kind of not your fault. Like, this, I think, is fine. Your teammate, I don't know what he's doing out car like that. I don't know why he didn't just come back to help you. Like, the only thing I would say here, so this is, yeah, this is the one thing I would say, is, like, in a situation like this, even if, because I think you recognize, like, the 2v1 was here, but then you're cutting the angle to, like, just start shooting right away. But even in this circumstance, like, you can let this guy pick up the flag and then just get, like, an easy nade shot. Like, shooting your gun and being, like, the first one to engage just shooting with camo, usually I feel like it can net you this kill pretty easily, but it's, like, normally just that kill, and then there's going to be other people around, like this guy or this guy that just happens to be on car door pushing behind you to take advantage of you, like, showing yourself. So if you just kind of, like, took your time, maybe just sat here and, like, banked a nade off the ground or just naded either of these guys instead of just starting to shoot, you could have probably taken advantage and, like, gotten easy cleanup and not been standing out in the open. Because overall, those were still good shots and you got the kill, but you just leave yourself open right now. Even though your teammates should be helping you more, you just want to make sure you're capitalizing on, like, the most damage as quickly as possible when you have camo. Like, if you can get a back smack, if you can get a nade shot, if you have, like, you know, a combo, a shotty, like, you want to make sure you're using those in combination with your camo to get the most use out of it. I think they're still picking up the flag. You're one shot, back in the bubble. Is flag back at base? Oh, no, your flag's still away. It says it on screen. I don't really like you not going back to base. Not at all. Like, that cap is, like, far gone. It's just not gonna happen. So, like, and your teammates are 3 dead, so, like, if nobody happens to be over here, it looks like. Okay, they're moving the flag over there. I couldn't see that initially. Like, you don't know what's happening on this side of the map, and you guys are still spawning here. So, if this guy that was, like, pink 2 didn't, like, he could have easily just pushed back into the base while his teammate was about to cap. And look at where, like, it would have just been, like, a 1v1 right away, or just instant pull already being out, and then you're all the way over here, and your teammate's, like, card 2. So, we'll see how the rest of this plays out, but you just kind of die a little averagely. Like, I don't really think pushing out car here is very necessary. Like, I feel like you were the first one up. You should have been the first one back to the base to just make sure everything was secure. Because it's easy to look in hindsight. It's like, oh, nobody was at the base just looking in theater, but you don't know that. And since you're the first one up, you realistically need to be the one to just, like, clear that out and then work pink side of the map. But spawn up, go P2. Teammate dies in red. There's 2 dead right now. Flag's out. Yeah, you gotta be careful right now about what kind of fights you're taking. Look across the way. What sense are you playing on, Kregure? It looks very slow, or it could just be theater. I can't really tell, though. It just feels like you're reacting to stuff. 1, 3, 4. Okay. It just feels like you're reacting to stuff, like, very sluggishly. That's just my take on it. Like, I feel like your aimer is just not moving quickly sometimes. Alright, I need to, like, back it up a little bit more. Cause, like, there's just, like, a lot of walking around in P2. Like, your teammate dies red. You had a teammate, I think, die behind you, so it's just you and the guy P1. If I was you here, though, and, like, I know my teammate is P1, I'm not going to, like, back up fully. I might, like, back up enough to, like, back that guy down like you do, but you being all the way back here and then full committing to this guy, I don't think is, like, wise. Like, you want to make sure you're just, like, not going to get shot or naded in the back, which was fine, but then now you need to, like, look back out pink to, like, help your teammate here, who's P1. Some nades are still being thrown, but, like, this is, like, your job as the guy P2 is, like, to just get some peek shots in and, like, stay alive. I feel like you're standing just so far back. Like, you don't really have a presence here in pink most of this time. Now you walk up, and then now you get some shots. Like, also, just one thing I would do is probably, like, try to clean that guy up and thrust back and then do what you do. Try to get the cleanup on the guy that's, like, going to die, and then, you know, do the same play. And you probably would have been just as effective, I feel like, instead of just shooting Firebird there. But it's not like the worst play. There's a lot of nades and a lot of pressure still being placed on you. Spawn out bubble. Go for 2. Oh, there's a guy near you. Ugh. You gotta commit to something here. Like, if I was you, I see that guy one shot. If I see nobody, like, out in this, like, line of sight right here, I'm probably gonna do something, just be stupid aggressive, and clean up this one-shot guy, and then move into their base. Either through bottom base, or, like, going through window, or, you know, you could have probably just, like, jump thrusted into car attic. Any of these options. If it was me, I'd probably just drop down, go straight to, like, basement door so I can clean this guy up, and then, you know, get back up top. And then these guys who are out pink in car are gonna have to come back to you. So, like, just dropping down car 1, it's never usually going to net you a kill that easily. But when you're already this far out and you don't really have support, like, look at where your teammates are at, and they're coming off respawn, and they have the numbers advantage, you might as well just go for, like, a ballsy play and just go all the way in and try to get a kill and then just play your life on their side and be, like, a nuisance. Like, you're already out there, like, just be out there. Instead, you're just kind of standing still, just strafing back and forth, walking backwards, and then you just get punished for it. You're just dead right away. And you didn't get the kill. So you didn't trade out. Teammates get 2 dead. Their team gets 2 dead, though. Camo's popping soon. 2 dead, or it was like 3 dead for a second. You need to move. Like, you need to be moving through and taking control of, like, their side of the map now. Especially at this moment, but I feel like you're going to slow play enough that they're going to spawn up and be in red. No, they're still spawning bubble. Your teammates actually pushed up far enough. So here's the thing is, like, that could be you right there, and then your teammate could have stayed P1 probably and waited for camo. Because, like, the play here is to just, like, control their side, put pressure, and then make sure you get camo. But you could have moved up probably a little bit sooner, but instead, like, things are flipped, so it's okay. Like, things are working out, it's just inefficient, is what I said. What happened to your teammate? I don't really like that you're standing still in this fight. That's just one thing I want to say. Use the geometry and, like, crouch strafe or strafe at all in this fight. And then one thing as well is, like, if this guy's on your side and you're getting one shot, you might want to just take the fight forward and then like, get to a safer spot, because being on this side of P1 is more ideal than being on this side of P1. Your teammate just died at pink, so that really fucking sucked. But that's still where I think you being more aggressive would have been the play here. Is, like, you would have moved through and held this angle and, like, just done damage, and you would have been just already here. Like, let's see how they get back into red. So that guy, like, your teammate gets here a little late. You could have already been, like, deep top red, pulling a flag, and tossing it out, and then camo would have been, been coming up soon. So that's like where the efficiency comes in, and like staying on top of like these respawns. Instead, 2 of your teammates die, red's now wide open, and camo still isn't up. You're gonna die here if you want. Camo just popped too as you died. That's really, really unfortunate. But I think it wasn't even your place to be going for that camo. You could have played a little bit more aggressive and then just pushed up. Especially since there was like 2 or 3 dead prior, so that should have been an easy tell. No, now is a good time to go back to blue. Or just like, you don't have to rush card 2 like you do. Like, you don't need to burn your thrust slide to get there. Is this guy running the flag through? Yeah. Like, you still don't really know what's going on over here, and this guy in your base is dying. Like, they just have full control, and they're just still pushing you back into bubble. And you're just, like, thrust sliding out, card 2, dying. I mean, you guys must turn up the heat, because it's a 3-2 game, and it's, like, 11 minutes, so. But you seem to like to go card 2 off of, like, the bubble respawn way too much. That's just one thing I've noticed. Which, it can be the right time sometimes, but usually it's going to be the guy that is spawning up, like, later. Okay, took your time, 3 dead, flag's being run. Yeah, that should not be your first instinct. You have to have, like, a sort of, like, playbook in your mind. If you're, like, one of the first ones up spawned in bubble, like, it's your job to start the engagement back in your base to, like, get some sort of control. That's, like, your job. If you're spawning up after, like, 2 or 3 of your teammates and everybody else is already spread out in your base and things are good, then you, like, move out car. Unless you and your team have, like, a idea to just thrust slide past car, like car 2, and go red car across the way. But you didn't even do that. So that's just like, those are the couple plays that like most likely are going to actually net a more efficient play than just like walking top mid and getting killed car 2. Get a godly respawn. Okay, that's kind of just like, that's just going to happen. At least you got the kill and things are okay. Aggression without confidence. I can see that. I still feel like you're just moving your reticle and like turning really slow. Like you're just reacting very late to things. Let's rewatch this. So you're car 2, you kill the guy top mid, 2 dead. You need to make sure that you're focusing on you right now. Like, if you're going to watch this guy front red, then, like, be in bubble watching him front red. You don't need to be out here watching front red unless you're actually going to push ahead. You don't really want to be just standing out here, like, basically standing still. And then once you get shot, like, you should just full commit to being out here already. Since you're not, like, there's just no way you're getting back into bubble. But ideally, I'd say, like, you just kind of sit in bubble. Try to help your teammate, and then if this guy pushes you, then you can kind of take the fight from height advantage here. But you're not really committing to a play or like a certain type of play style. You're very much splitting yourself and your focus, which is causing you to just be like kind of all over the place. Why are you going car right now? I mean, you help your teammate, but I feel like this is definitely inefficient. I think. Dude, I just want to be on your POV. That's it. Where are you? There you are. So it's like you spawn pink here, and 2 of your teammates are already pink. I would say most of the time you should just be trying to work P1 or P3. Or if you plan on going back to make sure things are clear, like go window here. And like watch over the middle of the map, or push out top mid to car 2 to help shoot this guy instead of being all the way back here. Like you really just put yourself into a corner for no real reason. You could have helped your teammates who you were already close to over here, which I think is probably the better play, the more ideal play. Or you could have still been in between locking down the base, making sure things are good to look at pink and still look at car, or challenge out like top mid to look at car. Like, it's good that this guy's still alive in bubble, but like you guys making a play from bubble is not as ideal as like, you know, helping take over pink and top mid. Because now you're going from car 2 to top mid. And you could have already been like top mid from blue window. Or pink to blue top mid, I mean. Now your teammate was gonna die anyway. Somebody at your base? Okay, it is. Thought so. Oh, now you're just standing around. I don't really like standing around top mid. I do not like doing that. And if you're gonna stand top mid, you gotta make sure you're always aware of card 2. And like playing off of the shields right away. So if your teammate dies right there, and you see your teammates like at pink, camo's coming up soon, like, if I was you, I'm probably pushing into the base. Like, I'm either going top or bottom, and then I might wrap back around to make sure things are good at pink right now. Rather than just like standing top mid. Because like you're not really doing anything right now. Camo is coming up, but you don't even have an angle for camo. So I feel like this is just like unnecessary time being burned, and like you're not really doing too much. When you could have just been pushed into their base, applying some pressure, and having a presence, and distracting. Okay, spawn bubble. Now you're looking back at the base. This is your job. This is what you have to do. Going for a flag pull. That should be an easy kill. Shots. Yeah, they ended up getting camo, which you guys had like the full setup for camo, and you guys still did not get it. You didn't really use your positions wisely, but camo's at least burned. Push out P2. Push up. I don't know if I like that thrust forward. Now you're forward, you need to walk forward. So your jump. Yeah, you gotta just step up the execution there. That's just sloppy. I don't really like the thrust forward, or I guess more so the thrust, like, you know, to like the adjacent side. Like, I would prefer a thrust like actually forward into their base, more so than like the thrust outwards towards this angle, because there could have been just 2 of these guys ready to melt you here, and you would have had no thrust. After you get that kill, and then like you're safe, and if I'm you, I'm probably just getting my shields and like jumping into the P-attic right away, or walking down low and getting into toilet to jump up. But you're just kind of lingering a little too long. You're lingering a little too long right now. So ideally, I would say you just need to be holding forward here. You're just kind of sitting in between. You mess up your jump. You kind of stood still, and then you just got screwed. You hear the slide coming through. Okay, that's good awareness. Good pick. Jump up. You have plenty of time to jump up here. I get into these fights all the time in toilet. If you kill this guy right here, and you're sitting right here, like, chuck a nade at the ground, and then instantly try to clamber up and get out of there. That's just a nitpick for your fight. You don't need to be standing still here. Or you have to at least take the chance, because like if you jump up and you're crouched, holding a crouch to clamber up here, like that guy is not going to see you. Like, he's not going to see you from that deep corner, like in that deep corner where you're just standing, jumping up and clambering if you're holding crouch there. So just keep that in mind. You could have definitely lived here. Guy at least gets cleaned up, but you could have been alive and him dead on top of that. That's always important with efficiency. That's unfortunate timing. I don't really blame you for that death. I really can't say there's like some epiphany there for like thing you could have done way better. Okay, you're walking through. Yeah, you definitely have to go. There's a guy behind you. Oh my god. Literally standing right on top of it. Damn. I mean, If I was you and I got my shields, I'm probably sprinting right away just to get there even sooner. That's very lucky that Firebird got through. But I don't think you even used your thrust here. Wait, no, you did. You did use your thrust. But you probably could have used it again there in a split second. Kind of hard to really tell. Use your thrust to get in there like that. One thing I will say, just as like a little minor thing, is like if you have your team here, there is a possibility you use the map here, kind of cut off the angle, getting into this corner. Toss a nade, crouch up. Maybe you die, maybe you don't. Or if you recognize that your thrust was just about to come back, you could jump thrust like into the wall to get around the corner. Just a couple different plays, because just sprinting in a straight line effectively is not gonna like do much for you. That's so Spark Mag. They spawn front blue. You gotta get off bottom mid. Yeah, you cannot be turning around right now. You're still alive. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. When you're bottom mid like that, like, get off bottom mid. Just go. Just go. Especially if you can just get under their base. If you can just get under their base and live, especially right now, like, your team is 2 dead, you being out in the open in this general area is not good. Literally just thrust slide under the base. And, like, there's a guy one-shot there. You could have just moved in the toilet, in the lift, whatever. And there's 2 people here that, like, they're going to have to deal with you, but your team can come off respawn and then, like, work off of your play of, like, distracting. You don't need to go top mid. And then that guy car doesn't matter at all. Does not matter at all, that guy car. Again, you just need to be focusing on your own business on this side of the map, because you're just going to get shot from that guy, like, right there. Or that guy right there, actually. There's many different angles that we're just going to shoot you. And then this guy, or that spawner, is just going to clean you up. So focus on your own play and actually be aggressive and get in there. Being out in the open, you're just half-assing your play there. You came front blue to bottom mid, and then you just kind of stopped. You stopped your momentum there. Come up bubble, you look back at blue. If you see your team leaving the base like this, and there's a guy in the base, you need to move right away. Like, you need to get in and try to clean this guy up. You can't just stand around. No, you cannot be standing like this. Go, sprint. Sprint in. You don't need to use your thrust. You don't need to do anything crazy. But you should not be almost one shot right now. There's just no reason for it. Yeah, you need to be lifting up. Okay, good shots. You know where the flag guy is. Okay, good shots. Teammate cleans him up. But yeah, that was just very inefficient. Very, very slow. I think you're way too slow in a lot of these. Slow to make a decision, I guess, is more so the sort of critique. You gotta be less hesitant about what you're gonna do and just do it. Or at least, like, consciously understand that you're doing something, whether it's aggressive or being passive for a good reason. But most of these situations has been like you're already being aggressive and then you're just not committing to your aggressive play. So you're just kind of in between. That's not a good thing. But some good cleanups. That's one back base. Full flag. Okay, pulling this out pink. Oh yeah, this is sloppy. Well, you're not getting shot, so your teammates are doing pretty good. Okay, your teammates did good by you. Oh, damn. Oh, there was another one and it went away. God damn it. Okay, now you're kind of feeling yourself just jumping out. Definitely a not so great flag run, I will say. One thing to keep in mind, walking into P door against higher level players, you're probably going to get naded just walking in from like pink. Most of the time you probably just want to go car etic. That's kind of minor, but kind of lucky that you didn't just get like full on naded there, I would say. But 2 dead, cap in the bag, jumping out. I think you get cleaned up. I don't think that's that bad. That's fine. Let's go, Traxxer. Glad you could tell. Glad you could tell. Spawn up. Definitely need to walk out. Like, you need to poke a little bit right now. Like, you can't afford to just sit completely still and let people start walking into your base too easily. Like, you need to at least hold, like, a head glitch, and then just, like, poke around and, like, see people like this just walking up from pink 1. Or if you got far enough out, like, nade out P2 and, like, turn back around and just clear up your angles. But right now, all you see is literally red car at your window and, like, car 2 to top mid. That's all you can see. This is all your world is right now. And you're not really fully aware. I mean, maybe you hear this guy clambering. But I think you'd be in a much better position if you were sitting pink attic looking down on this guy, or sitting pink door just waiting for that guy to walk through on you. See, like, you missed that guy completely. Teammate also dies for you to get that kill, so that's just unfortunate. Almost looks like baiting from a hindsight. Heard someone pink and was trying to bait. Well, you can bait a lot better. You can bait the angle a lot better by just being already there. Like, you don't want to bait an angle, especially on a flag, like truth flag, for example. Like, if you think somebody is pink, like, this guy is so far out pink when you're toilet. Like, look at where he's at and where you're at, and how much time you have to still walk through. Like, you see that nade there? Okay, somebody's coming up soon. You could easily be in the pink attic just waiting, and then you get the first, like, shot or 2 shots. Or even 3-shot melee. And then you get that kill, and then it's just normal business. You move through into pink. Like, you don't need to bait right now. Like, your teammates are pushing out car and, like, already in red base. I don't know why that guy's in red base. But, like, you need to create space for your team. There's no reason for you to bait. Now your team is 3 dead, and you're just kind of chilling here. Little sloppy shots, but guy gets cleaned up. That's good. Trying to sit still. Okay, trade. Yeah, I mean, most of these engagements still aren't too bad. Like I said, I just, like, watching you, I still get the feeling of, like, it just feels, like, sluggish watching you interact with everything going on. Like, your aimer just seems almost way too slow. I don't know. And that could also still have, like, theater being in effect, but just seems very, very sluggish with how you're engaging in some of these fights. Flag is out. Get a shot on that guy. Ammo might be coming up. Now would definitely be the time to look. It's like, is camo, like, in effect? I don't think it is. If your teammates are also moving flag, like, you need to make sure that you are in prime position. I feel like you're about to just be out of the play. Oh yeah, you are severely out of the play. I mean, your teammates just got the cap, but, like, look at the presence these guys have now, and, like, you were just sitting P2 this entire time. That guy get camo. He did get camo. On top of that, this is one of those circumstances where, like, you walking out, like, that's 2 dead. It's a 2v2 for a second. It's just you and that guy for a split second. I think going pink is actually not that bad, but if you see that teammate going for, like, a pull like that, well, then I feel like you need to be more in the trenches. Like, you need to be more active, like shooting a guy like this, or going, like, P3 to shoot somebody just anywhere, or you can jump over and shoot down on this guy. That's, like, P2. Just get some damage somewhere, and then if you're up in P3, you could lay down some shots at car. These guys are just walking out in the middle of the map. And, like, they're not paying attention to you. They are seriously just trying to look at this flag guy and stop the flag, but this entire time you've just been closed off in P2, and you have not seen anything. So, I would say in this situation, like, you got to make sure you have a presence here. You have 0 presence, and, like, your team still gets the cap, but, like, you needed to make that a lot easier on them, or you had the possibility to make that a lot easier on them. I am Zonda. Now they're running flag, they have camo. Oh, you didn't see the camo guy, that's unfortunate. Flag's still away. So that's not good. Okay, flag's no longer away. But it also, the way you're moving around the map right now makes me realize, or makes me think, like, you did not actually keep track of the kills in the kill feed. It's like, there's 4 people up. You should know they're probably 4 up. 1 dead. 2 dead. Camo guy, 3rd guy. Did they kill that guy, Tom Ed? They did. So you gotta remember that there was a guy still lingering somewhere. And, like, camo's no longer up, like, you gotta just make some of these connections. Full-time content creation? Yes. Yes, I will be getting back into the swing of full-time content creation. That's just something to keep in mind. I feel like you're moving around right now, as if, like, everything's fine and, you know, everything's totally in your guys' control, but that really is not the case right now. Oh, you gotta help your teammate here. You just did a whole lot of nothing. You just did a whole lot of nothing, I gotta say. Yeah, what's up, Ben? Thank you, thank you. I gotta say, I think I wanna, like, in particular, you gotta take advantage of, like, Pink Attic more. Like, being Pink Door is just really not that ideal. Especially when you're late on the engagement, like these guys are spawning up bubble, there's already somebody in the base. Like there's been so much time off of their respawn, like you don't want to just be out in the open here and then have to like burn your thrust to get out. Like you want to be in some place safe where like you can just kind of poke around and then just simply back up to be in a safer spot. But like also your reticle, I gotta say, not the greatest. Like where you're placing it was not the greatest. You gotta look at your radar there, he's just out in the open. Showed him drop, and he just missed it. That should have been a very easy kill to clean up. Copy my notes. And then you go into Pink Attic, but then, you know, get cleaned up right away. Once you were, like, bottom, like, honestly, at this point, I mean, going Pink Attic is not the worst. But even jumping up back to window, I mean, you get shot in the back here, but if it was me, like, I might just jump back into window from front base to be here and, like, maybe get a pull. That's just my 2 cents on maybe what happened there. Also, one thing I was going to say, like, while you're here, if you're weak in this corner, like, don't really bother most of the time trying to just walk out. Especially if your teammate's right next to you and, like, shooting somebody, you could easily be trying to help this guy, take this guy out. That's what I would probably say is, like, working with what you got. Because you just really did not help your teammates, you didn't clean up any kills, and you just did a little bit of damage, but not much was accomplished. Yeah, go back to the base. Oh, no. Okay, it's still good shots. Teammate clutches up the piv in blue. Okay, card 2, you need to go. You need to go right now. Okay. This guy's gonna die, but you need to go front red. You need to go front red this entire time. Drop in, clean this guy up, and be in their base. Okay. Took you a little bit longer, but you got in. That's 3 dead. 2 dead. Coming up respawn. 3 dead again. Teammates need to get a go over bull. What are they doing? Teammates are throwing right now, I will say. No, wait. I don't really like this play. I don't know how you knew that guy was there, like why you went there. I'm not really too sure. What made you challenge that? Like, I don't think you need to even jump out there. Like, you could just literally poke right here, shoot this guy, and then get back into it. I don't really like this full commit, like, thrust out. Like, there's no reason for you to be out bottom mid when your teammates are still fighting for inside red base, going for a flagpole here soon. Like, you just gave up one of the best spots to be in. Yo, what's up, Bandos? 1-1-1? He's playing 1-3-4. Trying to reposition to cut off bubble spawns and just happen to see him. Yeah, no, there's no reason to reposition. You have to still get this flagpole, and your teammate is here. You're leaving him alone, and like these guys are just moving in. Like, it's great that you got that kill, but you don't need to reposition to get that kill. See, so another thing too is, like you say, you just happen to see him, so like that's very lucky in the sense because this is not a good play. This is not a good play at all for you to leave that one teammate alone in there because he's not pulling this flag. Like, there is no flag movement going on. Even if your teammate was running a flag past you, you don't need to cut off bubble at all. That's not your job to cut off bubble. Your job is to make sure things are all good around here in the base. And you could even follow in behind people who are going to go across. But you don't need to cut yourself back off and cut straight to the middle of the map. There's no reason to do that. Not when you're already this deep in and flag is still not moving. Like, they're going to try to get back in the base to stop this. Because you should not be top mid right now. Not at all. Like, that teammate right there should not be the one to finally help your teammate that's top red right now. And on top of that, you should still be going in, even right now, from top mid to, like, make sure this flag gets moving. Like, you don't need to stay top mid. Not at all. There's just a lot of, like, you're baiting right now. You're baiting very hard. Very, like, it feels very indecisive, and now your entire team just died. 3 dead, and they're 3 alive, and now they have full control of their base. So, I gotta be real, that was not easy to watch. That was just not good. That just looked like you were kind of statting. And when you're like hugging this wall right now, like you get shot across the map, you need to make sure that you're committing to something. You need to either walk front red or walk car door, or just like sit still on car door. Like, you kill this guy. If I was you, I probably would have just not even focused that at all and just walked in to take a fight. You're already so far out, like, you need to take a fight, you need to be aggressive. And if not, if you're just going to sit here, like, literally just sit here, or just walk forward. Like, you have a few options, but, like, you walk forward, you stand still, and then, like, you're just kind of standing still out in the open, and then you're just going to get shot like that and cleaned up. Three dead. Oh, that sucks. No, go. You cannot be doing this. I'm gonna be real, I fucking hate it if I see my teammate doing this. You are literally the only blue member on the map. You are the only guy in this entire map to do anything about this flag. And you're late to the draw. You cannot be doing this, Kregure. Not at all. I'm freaking out right now if I just watched you do that. I'll be real with you. Your teammate's got a pull. Go 2 dead though. Flag's out. And they just walk them. Yeah. Nah, I gotta be real with you. You are the one that cost the game there, Kregure. Oh, we're on black screen now. Through most of the engagement prior on the collapse into red base, it was up to you to support your team to make sure a flag got moving. And you just kind of like left your post. I need to go back in just so I can kind of follow up with just the last few comments. But it was on you to help your teammates secure a flagpole in the life before the last. And then it was on you, literally only on you, can only be on you, to push back into blue base at the very end to halt or do anything about this flagpole. Like I said, automatically you should automatically be, you know, either walking straight over the hump to get in, or you know, you take a little bit of a detour and just walk in. You don't even have to be like all the way in if you're scared about what's going to happen. You can just sit on the door right here and just wait to get a shot, or wait right here. Ideally though, I want people to get in. That's mostly what I want people to do. Because if you just get in this time of like still uncertainty, you gotta just get in and do damage, because then your teammates are gonna come off respawn and then clean up people that you were doing damage to. overthinking and unconfidence, which leads to me doing nothing until it's too late. Yeah, you gotta just make decisions. You need to make decisions, and you need to stick to it. Also, in regards to the last play, when your team was... Where was it? Maybe it was even further back. I think it was. Yeah, this entire play here afterwards, when you have most of the kills, and you're walking in, your teammates are here to help, and you're getting some damage. Like I said, you got to clean up this guy that walks out. He was on your radar. But then you walk back in. You cannot cut yourself off from the rest of the team here. Like, if you really think you need to poke out, like, front base, then, like, you can poke out. I mean, this is from right here, at least. So, what I said before was trying to still work with your teammate, because you guys are just doing different shit this entire time. Did I miss the kill where you jumped out front? Or is that... Wait a second. I need to rewatch this. I think there is more of a guarantee... Where was this? Where was this? Okay, I think it might have been here. Yeah, it was here, actually. Why? There is no reason for you to turn away right now. No reason at all to turn away. This is more of a reason, like the situation, your teammates didn't get a flag pull like they should have, and one of your teammates just died. You need to not look away right now. Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. This is the perfect time to not look away. Like, that's 2 dead. That's 3 dead. Your teammate really should be getting a pull, but you need to be watching him get the pull. Like, you need to be putting down damage this entire time and getting a pull. And then, since enough time has passed, that guy actually spawns below the base. But you're now top mid when you were just red-pink. And you need to make sure you're actually working with a teammate. Like, there is no other decision here, so there's decisions you can make, like the one you made where you're like, I'm just going to go bottom mid. But that is just the wrong play. Your team needs your help. And you're that support on the pink side here. And you need to do damage. You could even go for a pull here and try to get it out and then do more damage. But you've now cut yourself off for so long, and your teammates start dying without you doing really much of anything. And this entire time, too, even being top mid, you could go car attic, gotten in, done some damage, and then pulled a flag. But you were very much just out of the entire play. So be more engaged in the play, especially if you have your team involved. That is a lot of what I was saying. Like, you're not engaged as much when there is, like, a bigger picture play going on.